You were there when Garrett Foster got murdered, and
Yeah.
I was riding around, and I didn't see it happen, but I heard it.
Yeah.
And I like saw what happened afterwards. But you were there when it happened. Like, what happened? Because I really do believe, and I'm gonna predecess this before, like, with the whole Kyle Rittenhouse thing. Like, I think Kyle Rittenhouse is like being railroaded, and I think what Kyle Rittenhouse did was self-defense. But that being said, John, Garrett Foster was fucking murdered.
Yeah.
So I just want to put that into context. What happened? If it's a sensitive subject, you don't have to share it. If it's like painful or something, I don't know if that was like your boy or you were close with him, but like what happened if you're comfortable?
So I wasn't super close to him as a person. Like he was a face. Him and his partner, they were there every single day. They were very committed. I mean, I even go so far as to say I never even really talked to him, but
Okay.
he was a part of the fabric of my background for sure.
Okay.
So that night we had done a bunch of marching. We marched to the W to call out Adler, I believe. And it was late at night. I mean, there were less than 30 people at this point. We were walking, I believe, from the W up Congress back towards where we were all gonna rendezvous and get out of there. Coming up on 4th Street and Congress. The guy he comes up along 4th, and without stopping, he slams on his gas and honks and rips around that corner. And there's a crowd of people there, and they managed to get out of the way of him. But he very seriously could have hit somebody. And then he stopped, right? And I'm over here, and this is all happening up over here. And so I move over, and I'm in front of him, maybe 20, 25 feet in front. And I'm looking through his windshield, and maybe 6 or 7 people come up on his right side. And everybody, like, something really important is he hit like a traffic cone. There was like a temporary bike lane that had been set up. And he hit this traffic cone, and it made a big thud.
Okay.
And everybody thought he had hit somebody. So we're all like, oh, what the fuck? This is like
shit.
a situation right now.
Okay, so you thought that. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we're all going up trying to ask, what the fuck? Why did you do that for? And of course people were upset. We thought you just fucking hit somebody. And if you didn't, you very nearly did. So what the fuck? And so 6 or 7 people go up to his driver's side, and they're just kind of like yelling at the car. And I see him like reach over, not like all the way, but he reaches over. So the gun was either in like his console or in that seat or just right in his side. And he picks it up just slowly, and he rolls down the window as he moves the gun over, and he shoots him. And and I remember I saw the first 3 shots. And then I realized what was happening, and I ducked for cover and whatnot, and then he got out of there. But something really important to keep in mind is he came around that corner, and in front of him there was nobody. You see what I mean? Everybody had gotten out of the way of him, and so he could have gone forward. That there was, again, like maybe 25 feet between me and him. If he was comfortable slamming on his gas going around that corner into a group of people, he should have been comfortable going towards me. But he stopped. Nobody was stopping him from leaving. He chose to stay there. And then he chose to shoot Garrett. Now, did he come down with the intention of killing somebody? I have no idea.
Well, just to ask another question too, and like I said, if you feel uncomfortable, you don't have to answer anything you don't feel comfortable with. Mm-hmm. But didn't Garrett point the AK at him, where he had it in a low ready position? Like, 'cause I saw footage and I thought other people say that he had the gun in a low ready position while he was approaching him.
He certainly didn't point it at him. So from my vantage point, there was a gap between the people and the car, and there was cars on the other side of the intersection, and their lights were going through, and so there was a very clear illuminated section between the car and the people, right? If he had lifted that barrel even a little bit, I would have seen it perfectly, because it would have been illuminated from behind.
Okay.
It never happened. He never pointed his gun at him. Maybe his hand was like on the backstock, like to keep it back forward, or back and away from, going forward, if anything, but he never pointed it at him. It didn't happen. Absolutely not.